I'm Nathan, and this is the AR Minute from AWE 2022. I'm talking with Murewa Olubela of Marvl. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do and your work in the metaverse?
Absolutely. So Marvl is a language acquisition tool and curriculum support for English language learners in our K-12 space. 1 in 4 kids is designated as an ELL, and that means that they learn English as a second language when they start school. So that creates a bit of hurdle for them, and as such, we just need more extra resources to be able to ensure that they can understand what's going on in the classrooms and can be motivated to do it. So yeah, and all of that is done in augmented reality.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what that experience is like? I'm very curious.
Yeah, definitely. So we do mobile AR, so it's on phones and tablets, and that's because everybody has that, right?
Yep.
Not everybody can afford to buy a headset, but kids nowadays have access to smartphones. However it is, it could be a older smartphone, but it's there. And so we want to make sure that we can enable anybody who needs to learn and wants to learn, be able to learn on our platform. That's what we are, increasing access and all. So it's mobile, the app, you download it, it's easy and free. And then we have 3D characters, virtual characters that provide that scaffolding instructional tool. So they get bilingual instruction, so they get instruction in English and their own language, and they can interact, they can do some moving around stuff and just demonstrating concepts in classrooms. So that's largely what we do.
I'm curious to know, what's your dream for your company and the metaverse, and what needs to happen in the technology and the culture in the space for those things to happen?
Yeah, I think largely the biggest part of what would make the metaverse is the social aspect of it. We need to make sure that we never lose sight of that. And also ensuring that it's not a virtual world that seems far away from you, or it's connected to your real life experience. I think that's the big part of it. And so being able to connect wherever they are without thinking about geography itself, being able to have those shared experiences in the shared space, that's important. And so the next stage is sense of touch. If we can get that, oh my God, yes, please.
As somebody who's building platforms for the metaverse, what do you see your responsibility to tackling those sticky problems like accessibility and access? And are there things that you are doing with your company to address them?
So that's very big and very huge. It's a very huge thing, and it's it's something that we have to figure out. It's something that we have to talk more about, right? Like we want to make sure that more people get into the XR space versus thinking it's just a particular kind of person. And that community, it's a gamer community. It's
not for me.
Right.
It's those people.
You know what I mean? You order yourself because you don't think that it's easily accessible to you. But when it's like, no, everybody, anybody can be part of it, and that increases a wide berth of just possibilities in general. Accessibility is very big, and for us also maybe it's because our first use case and how we get into the market is through English language learners, and that's a very high needs kind of subset of groups who need just an additional scaffolding support into it. And the other thing is equity, right? Making sure it's easy and affordable.
The last question that we have is just to fill in the blank, and it's the future is
AR.
Augmented reality. Love it.
I say this, everything in life, there's nothing inherently good and there's nothing inherently bad. It's just a state of things, right? Everything has good advantages and disadvantages. You just gotta, whatever you do, make sure that the disadvantages don't outweigh the advantages into it, or you find something else to plug it in. But nothing in life is inherently good.
Oh my goodness, I can't think of a better place to wrap up than with that sage advice. Murewa, it has been so much of a pleasure to talk with you today. Thank you so much.